Hello, and apologies once again for the gaps. My name is Shire, and my guest today is...
Um, slapdash monkey something something. How do you block ads on Facebook? Can they all go away already? Hey,
I don't use Facebook, so I don't really know.
I mostly use Facebook in groups, and Facebook doesn't show ads in the groups. But
Yeah,
every now and then I go to the main page, and it's like, why is every third post an ad? Jesus.
bit excessive. Anyway, it's
Ugh.
been a bit of a while, but we're here to play Labyrinth of Touhou 2.
Labyrinth of what?
Touhou,
Toho?
once again.
Huh. I don't know if I've heard about this game. What is it?
It's a game about shooting.
Shooting.
Anyway, since
Oh,
last
so this
time...
is a first-person shooter?
Sure,
Awesome.
AAA title. Surprised you're so unknowledgeable about it.
This is actually a Call of Duty spin-off.
Yep.
It took some wildly different directions to the rest of the series.
Not that they aren't appreciated, though.
No,
It's heavy
I
on the
mean,
quick-time events, mind you.
yeah, a bit heavy on those, but I gotta say, I think this version of the series did a lot better job at its sort of representation of female characters, and especially non-American characters. I think it did a really good job at representing non-Americans, although it seems to have found itself in another niche, for want of some other term. It's odd that they decided to stick to near exclusively Japanese characters.
Yeah. No, they did cover the Buddy Girl demographic though, so they've got some minorities.
Yeah. Okay. So we're at floor 8 of 20,
Yep.
and you've got Radusky, Alice, Racing, and Percy
Yep.
on the thing.
Oh, where was
Right.
it? We were there, weren't we?
Pulse. Yeah. And last time we did some stuff. We beat Alice?
We beat Alice, which is why she's working with us now.
Yep. Remember, people, that's how hiring works. You get someone punches you in the face, and then you have a job.
Yep. I mean, technically that's called Shanghaiing. Well, I'm not sure if that's quite a valid term anymore.
I have no idea. I would have just called it, like, aggressive negotiations for the prequel memes. Did you get a character killed fighting random mobs?
Yes,
Oh,
this floor's a bit of that.
oh
Also,
yeah, they
I've got
were
a
rendered
very
trees.
improvised party. Oh, that was a dead end.
That was the most disappointing exploration we've done.
Butterflies!
Oh no, there's a witch around here.
Yes. Well, we dealt with them for now.
I think she's a witch. She turned me into a newt. Oh god, we've reached Monty Python's reference. Alright, we've jumped the shark. Kill it.
Yep, alright, show's over. Terminate
Kill
the
it.
stream.
Yep. Can't do it anymore.
Ah well. Was a good run while it lasted.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, So,
Marcy's a beast.
oh,
And Alice is almost dead. Too much of a caster, I guess.
pew pew pew. Ah, please be alone in exploratory. There's a few things about just the layout of things, like, that just a question sometimes.
Oh yeah, I got Sane in the party too.
Sane,
AKA Luigi.
Luigi. Well, you found an orb of face, was it?
I think so. Symbol of faith, maybe? Those are a common enough item.
Ah, we went through a hole.
So unpleasant. I think the problem is there's a lot of fast enemies here.
There. This is not a big deal, but the one at the back that was clipping into the, like, info bar
Yeah?
slightly annoys me that it does that. I don't know.
Yeah, it could always be the thing of Japanese, and by extension, I guess, Chinese is always more efficient when written. Takes up less space.
I don't think like this is a game that would benefit from widescreen support, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, not even that, just moving the character portraits slightly more apart. Like, it does bother me greatly that Moko, Sane, and Misty are all have, cut-off names.
Yeah.
Not for any, like, super complicated reason, I just think it's a little sloppy, I guess, but I can excuse a lot with fangame, but...
Fan game, fan translation of said game.
Game, yeah. But that is one of those things. Although I guess I'm bitching about that, and like I've been spending all day watching like Sword and Shield animation comparisons.
Ah, yes. The famous one.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things the comparisons are drawing to are a bit like, well, you know, those were stadium games, they weren't doing as much things, but then there's other ones being like, you just aren't trying. Like, the amount of T-posing flying Pokemon.
Yeah, I recall
There's a
seeing
flap.
that in their trailer they just had the Wingull sitting there looking like static images.
Well, it's not just Wingull, it's, Skarmory is also like that. Despite, in previous games, having, you know,
Yep.
a stationary landing pose. There was also... I think it's the evolution of Bayleaf? No. It's a thing that looks a lot like Bayleaf, but has big wings and flies. Like leaf wings. Hang on.
Can't think of anything. Before you said flies, I was thinking of what's it called? Tropoteus?
Yeah, maybe. Tropius, yeah. Tropius also T-poses.
Yep.
Now, you know, no flapping, just T-pose. I mean, Go's using the same animation set, but the thing is, like, if they're gonna use the same animation set for multiple games...
They had reasonable animations in Pokemon... Well, I think Sun Moon as well, but I'm thinking of Gen 6?
Black and white?
X and Y.
X and Y. X and Y.
Big Bang Waganizer. What is a Big Bang Waganizer?
Something that wagonizes?
It's some magic equipment.
Yep, X and Y, Tropius flaps wings. So at least for that Pokemon, and I imagine a horrible number of others, they've actually gotten worse animation?
Yeah. And I mean, this shouldn't be any surprise to anyone at this point. It's been, what, a year and a bit since the game came out, and people were complaining about the animation drops before then?
I don't know, it looks like there's a bit of T-posing as well, but then there's, I don't know, there's still T-posing and... I don't know, is that ORES? Which one's ORES?
Omega Sapphire Alpha Ruby.
Oh,
The
okay.
remake of Gen 3.
So that's not the X and Y. I don't know. It's just quite sloppy, and the thing is, like, it's maybe fine if you're only comparing to Pokemon games, but then you compare to other games.
Yep.
And I think I read something that I think clarified it. They have a lot of stock assets that they basically use out of the box. Anything that's not a stock asset is what comes out polished. You know?
Yeah.
So, like...
Anything they actually have to make, they do a job of, but they just use everything else without putting much polish into it.
Yeah, it's like any of the move, like each of the starters had a move that's quite well animated. Like the rabbit has like a soccer ball kick. The Charmeleon has like this really cool like kneel and shoot pose. The Gigantamax forms have some neat animations. But then, like, most everything else is just bouncing in place. That's just weird.
Yep.
It's weird, given... I know what one of the biggest drivers is it, and that is that they insist on bringing out something every year, but that also seems weird to me. Oh, we kill a snake.
Yeah, we seem to have explored everything we can on those two floors without fighting bosses, so gonna go for some loose ends then. There was some treasure on this floor that...
we need to kill.
Yeah. Requires you to have 300 battles fought, but for some reason that wasn't enough. Funny buff. And I mean, the snake's not really a threat anymore.
That's true.
Remember when we had trouble with it?
Yes, I do. I was wondering if it was going to give trouble again, because it didn't... Your initial moves didn't seem to chip too much off it, but then, you know, you seem to get somewhere.
I was hitting the wrong elements.
That makes some sense.
Oh, there goes Patchy.
You were very disappointing, Patchy.
She's just too fragile.
You're too
There
fragile.
we go. 2 pieces of treasure.
And it's a choice.
Choice scarf.
How appropriate.
Yes.
Let's
see what it does.
Exactly the same. Oh no, it's just...
Gives you a speed bonus, reduces your mana and TP.
Okay. So the description at the start is accurate to the reference, but
Yes.
not to what the item actually does.
Generally speaking.
I gotta be honest, that annoys the shit out of me, because if you don't get the reference, like if you don't know that all these items are references, and to ignore the item description, and the item description is explicitly telling you what it does, I don't think that's good game design. Like, I think that's something that... Because you read that, you would think it doubles speed and locks you into one move. That is something that could happen in this game.
Yeah. 31. I think we can do that now. I think we cut the last route.
Okay.
So let's give it a poke, see if we can get meleeing.
Pick, 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 pick.
With a party that's completely inappropriate for fighting bosses.
Ugh, whatever. What's inappropriate?
Touches.
Touches?
Yes, any touch is inappropriate. You want to put a finishing touch on your art? Inappropriate.
Oh. I've been doing a lot of art recently, actually. It's been going great.
No, that was a different thing. Dang it, there's still a root out there. Well, let's just overlevel and fight the tree.
Okay.
Maybe it's hiding a root.
In that cluster of unexplored
Space.
I am a giant tree. Chop chop time. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Let's swap you for Moko.
Yeah.
Swap you out for some punch.
Alright, it's got that really
Alright.
healing attack. Oh god, I hate that.
Well, it hits as hard as ever.
Yeah. If it's gonna keep healing, is it better to just buff and buff and buff and then hit it?
In part. Might also be better to bring in the Chirino.
Oh, and freeze it.
Yep.
Does that attack Hell's Tomahawk?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm not sure what element it's hitting us on anyway.
Hmm. We don't seem to be getting that far, I have to say.
Yeah. Something about the party not being suited.
So we're gonna go organize our party and then do it? Because you're right, the root's probably behind it.
Yep. Or one of the other plant bosses on the next floor.
I mean, we still probably wanna, like, boss party up.
Yep. The point is we're dealing with bosses.
Yeah. Boss Rush episode, aren't you all excited?
Doing literally nothing.
Yeah, we are not having a great...
Could you
Great-
just
great
kill
time.
us already? You can't clinch the finish.
It's alright, and, like, we all have performance anxiety sometimes.
Da-da-da.
Full wipe. Your butt is clean.
Alright, so I'm just gonna hit this stop recording button for a bit while Day and I work out the right party.
Alright.
See you in a bit.
Bye, everybody.
And welcome back. I've done a fair bit of party fiddling and chatted with Dave in the meantime.
Ah, what? What happened? Everything
Hopefully,
went black and now I'm back.
yes.
They don't
Yeah.
exist when you turn the stream off.
I should have realised that.
Ah. Anyway, we've just got everyone to, like, spam fire moves.
Spam
I think
fire moves, spam slow moves, and a few defensive techniques. Gonna hope Chirino just doesn't die. But even if she does, she'll pay off because of that other talent I gave her. I'm too high level.
That wasn't the tree.
Alright. Yeah, the tree doesn't care about my level.
Yeah.
Sorry
I'm
about
like,
that. I got
what are you
myself
doing?
confused.
What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing.
No, I don't.
Ugh. We're looking for a glowing ball that attacks us. There we go. Hello.
Ooh,
Ugh.
good targeting. Alright, first one didn't do much.
Nope.
Defense raising barrier. Swap you out for some power. Alright, so it's soaking the debuffs so far, that matches my recollection. Okay, so much for Yugi.
That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Hmm. It's debuffing us.
Actually, you're terrible to have while we're trying to actually have debuffs. Oh, that's one landed. Yeah, it can sometimes do that.
Do what, sorry?
Heal itself extra.
That's not fun. That didn't seem to... Mako's thing didn't seem to do that much.
Nah, Moko's attacks are terrible for damage.
That's weird.
Well, I can spec her to damage, but she's far more useful as a tank.
Fair enough.
Well, bad news is we lost Rumia, good news is her debuff landed.
Room? Do you mean... What's her face?
Chirino,
Chirino,
other
yeah.
Team 9 member.
Yes. Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, funnily enough, I think it's better if Hina doesn't activate her big attack.
What's the big attack?
It clears all debuffs on her in order to... No, it clears all... Yes, it clears all debuffs on her and does power based on the amount of debuffs cleared. Whereas her other attack is just a fire attack that debuffs.
Yeah, and it's doing enough to
Yeah.
overwhelm the heal rate.
Yep. Also, I gave her the cheesy ability to heal from the amount of debuffs she's suffered.
That was a lot of health it just regained.
Yeah. The upshot is that it doesn't hurt me when it does that.
I mean, that's fine and all, it's just took a lot.
Yeah.
What a pretty brutal boss.
I'm gonna go with a bit of a buff-tastic lot for a short time. Yep, so
Okay.
much for that.
Uh,
It is definitely on the cruel side.
I mean, I think it's winning the resource war. That didn't do anything.
Alright. Guess we're just gonna ship it down appropriately. That's heal.
That super heal is insane.
Yeah.
Like nearly every... I think you basically have to hit it with enough to kill it in one turn.
It's about a third of its total health that I think that's patching.
I think it's closer to half. Because it seems to be regularly getting rid of most, if not all, of the damage we've done. And that's with multiple characters' attacks coming in.
Yeah. Although only one of them's really hitting hard.
Yeah, still.
Tell you what, I'm getting ideas for the next pass we take.
For the next party.
Yeah, if it gets that far.
Oh, you think you can win with this party? You just need to get
Make
to the
things
start
land,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Alright,
Oh,
yeah, that is
fucking-
about half.
Yeah, it's healing about half its hit points and clearing basically all of the fucking amount we've done. Is there like a cooldown on that timer or anything? I don't know.
No idea.
Because that's cruelty.
Yeah, so decide that. No, couldn't really do that. Let's take the hit. First off, I'm gonna get rid of Reimu. No, not Reimu. Kaney. Because she wasn't actually doing all that much.
Hmm.
And I do recall Parsi was at least partially effective.
And now, audience, you get to see at least a small sample of the glorious, glorious re-equipping process that you missed out on last time.
Just some simple equipment. I gave her free blade Kusanats.
Okay.
Parsi got reset as well, so... Where was it?
We need damage.
Debuff power up.
This Flames of Jealousy fire-based.
Dark damage.
Yeah.
So what do we want? Resistance? Experience? No. Ailment? I don't think it really drops ailments, but if we can inflict some on it...
Hmm. I'm wondering if the like strategy for this thing is just hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
Yeah.
Like force it to do its rest move so it's not damaging you.
Yeah. Also, I probably won't pull out Yugi this time until I've got some of its attack power reduced.
Fair enough. Stupid tree.
How dare you be a tough boss. Oh. So much for you,
Did it drop?
Reimu.
Oh.
Instantly.
When it says attack down and then a 0, is the 0 the damage?
Oh, that just failed. Yeah, the zero's for damage.
Okay, so it's not that the attack went down 0, it's that the attack down
Yeah. Anyway,
is a separate thing.
it nuked our...
Sure knows, so with...
It nuked everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Rumia, how are you dodging this? Okay, this is a bit ridiculous. There we go.
There we go.
Hina was taken out before she could build up her defenses.
Bugger. Foe doesn't have a restart battle?
Yeah, they're not quite bosses.
That's still really annoying.
Now that's the right target to start with. Some debuffs, give me some debuffs.
Hmm.
Gonna swap you out for Parsi first. There we go. There's some debuffs going.
Bye, Cherno.
Bye, Cherno. You did what you needed to. And now we don't want to just get everyone exhausted and destroyed. You know what? Yeah, you do that right now. That's actually good for me.
seems pretty random when it heals.
Yeah.
Or is it just healing a little every turn?
It's got its automatic healing, but then the big healing takes time. Alright. If Yugi can survive a couple of hits, then that's actually a lot of power she's going to put out.
Hmm. Well, luckily it doesn't... I'm shutting up.
Let's briefly and riskily bringing Utsuho. Keep those debuffs pumping. That explosion.
Yeah.
What element is that even?
Green? Is there any way to test what element it is?
I think a little icon does pop up, but it's sort of a blink and you miss it thing.
That's annoying.
Tell you what, if this doesn't work, we'll try to fight one of the other plant-based bosses of the next floor instead.
Okay.
So yeah, this tree is level 34 in theory.
Mm-hmm.
Chip it down. Double barrier is a go. Swap you out for phase 1. Magic down. Misses. Alright, this is starting to go the right way.
Like, it's... Chirno died.
Shirano died, and it's unfortunate. The problem is I'm expecting her to die, so I've given her the technique that on death automatically debuffs piercing resistance.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Oh yes, yes, please debuff Hina's defense. Please do. Now it's starting. I'll swap you out for Utsuho first. And she can do her reckless bombs until she dies. Which is right away.
That's unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate, but if it gets the job done, I'll swap you out so you can have time to heal.
Hina's out.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
yeah, let's take the loss.
Yeah, it's the thing is, like... You just don't know if it's gonna pull out that... Fix everything. Like, it would be a hard boss without healing half its health randomly.
Yeah.
Like, that takes it from difficult to obscene. And the thing about an ability like that is I don't think it's good game design, because the flip side of that coin, where you're able to spike enough damage, you just ignore it. Like, the ability becomes a non-factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Let's see if we can have better luck against this. Ew. Wow, that's a high level. Actually takes the debuff though.
I'm wondering if this won't be easier just because it's not holding that ability. Unless it is, in which case, bullshit.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing you want everything to have.
It sort of strikes me as one of those, like, because there's some monsters in D&D, I remember, that according to the way you calculate challenge rating, will be fine, but they're really not.
Yeah.
You know?
There was a famous crab from 3.0 that was like that.
Yeah, tell me.
Well, basically, the overall stat balance was one thing, but it actually had fairly poor hit points but fairly high attack for a level 2 enemy.
Hmm.
And as a result, despite being somewhat easy to take down, it was very likely to take a party member with it. And yeah, we're cutting it down.
Yeah, and because it's not healing 3,000 every turn, which was cutting most of our characters' damage down to like 1,000 a turn.
And as much as it looks bad that it's one-shotting half my party every time, I've got
Their
a few
damage
people...
is...
Yeah, my tanks are laughing it off, and I've got a few people in the back line who get more powerful every time a party member drops.
Well, it's also the thing of, like, the damage you do is sticking. It's not being wasted.
Yep.
So you're not losing an attrition war.
Okay, that was a powerful kick.
Hmm.
Time to get the heavies out.
There you go.
There we go.
And that's the difference. That's what health regen can do.
Yep. Especially to such an absurd degree.
Yeah, because like 3,000 a turn is a lot anyway.
Yep. What are you hiding? Don't tell me, Well, it was a boss that we cleared easily, so at least that can ease some of the bad mood.
Yeah. It's not a bad mood. It's just one of those. This is that thing of just a very poorly thought out mechanic. Because, like I said, if you've got the damage output to spike past the regen, that's not a fun combat encounter either.
Yep.
Unless there's something specific they want you to be speccing for that fight. Which maybe there is, I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, I noticed a couple of other paths that I couldn't quite see. Because, you know, the maze-like nature of this map isn't the best either.
It's a bit funky. Could be worse. The little, like, tunnels could spit you out completely over the other side of the map, and it could be totally insane.
Oh, they did that in a previous one.
Did everyone complain?
Probably, but the 14th floor was a mess. And there was even one section where you had 10 or so teleporters all nicely lined up. And all of them except one teleported you back to the start.
Oh, I love that shit. Witcher had a room like that. It wasn't too bad, though. It was more of, like, you had to go down a tunnel, and there was a bunch of, like... There's a bunch of... like, down a, like, shaft, and there were a bunch of portals, and a bunch of them... Like, you kind of had to go down, then up, then down again.
Yep. Anytime I go through that sort of thing, I just start humming the... what's it called? The Lost Woods theme. Or technically Saria's song.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense to me. My brain was... What was I thinking of? Portal. I'm just humming about cakes.
The cakes. cakes have had a brief resurgence due to some meme cooking videos.
I don't know what the origin is, I just know that everything's cake now and I'm fine with it.
Apparently the challenge put forth by actual chefs is that most of them are using fondue, which is easy to shape but generally tastes bad.
Oh yes, yes. I don't mind fondant. Like fondant, it's not great. It's fine though.
Ooh. Teleport point. And a boss. That's only level 29. And it looks like it's walling off progress. Let's bring everyone down to level 29 and see how that goes.
Hell yeah, progress.
Nothing quite as good as progress. So who are you? What are you? Wow, no. It's that voice.
No.
Hello again, Tenchi. Okay.
We're equipped for bosses. You will die now.
Crushed.
Who's been mind crushed?
There's something about the swords that's making people be idiots.
More so than usual, I think is the clarifying phrase here.
Yep.
I'm feeling like the sword didn't have to work very hard, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Alright, so she debuffs easily enough.
Bye.
Oh, she just did the finger lightning gun.
Oh, nice.
I recognize that animation pattern.
Pew.
She does the fever position and then and then lightning zaps. Alright, she seems to be quite resistant to magic.
That's not great.
Alright, swap you out. Get Chirino in to get the slow landing again. Alright, now Chirino gets out of the front line. Alright, don't use hybrid attacks. She's actually got good defenses in general. Good to know.
Alright, so you just gotta spike over her walls.
Yeah. Hybrid attacks are notably weak against super defensive enemies, because they tend to add 2 defense scores.
Yeah, you're splitting that damage and it's crossing over.
Although
yeah,
I actually think they scaled that back a fair bit for this game.
Well, it does really... I don't know, I guess that's one of the things that would really depend on how you do your damage calculation, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Things are a straight linear thing here. It's you got your attack, you subtract your defense. The difference is that every single one of these skills applies a different multiplier to both attack and defense in that formula.
Okay.
So you have an attack that might have a huge multiplier, or basically has a huge multiplier, but doesn't actually ignore much defense, so it will trash weak enemies, but will be completely no-sold by enemies with a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of the coin, you might have a few attacks that, that are not that strong, but completely ignore defense.
Hmm. Well,
I think I brought her into rampage mode. Nope, not going to retry that. But I will explore from here if that's alright. And prepare for a bit of a boss rush for the next session. Alright, back to the exploration. First off, let's just get this little bit of nothing.
little bit of nothing.
Nothing's ever there. Now, I'll tell you what's never smart, having all of your mages in one party.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Excellent! I'm proud of you.
Treasure. Peach's bauble.
It's not proper role-playing if you're not being stupid.
Boom. I'm basically just a walking artillery. With no body to cover me.
I'm basically just an artillery walking.
Oh no, who let you grow legs?
Nah, it was... They made a mutant out of me.
Anyway, that's why you don't have nothing but mages.
What happened? Sorry, I looked away
We got
for a second.
nuked.
Oh.
Alright, this side of the floor is explored. There's a huge gap there, mind you. Hopefully that's not all behind the boss. Freeze! Drop for me, please. Oh, that one thing. Finally.
Kaboom!
Alright, so how much is the boss walling off and how much is just a whole lot of floor I haven't even seen yet?
I don't know.
Ooh. Like I said, since we got onto this floor where I've kind of been in unexplored territory. But yeah, we were talking about defense. It was, in the previous game, generally an attack that adds both attack and magic, also adds both defense and mind.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so
See,
yeah.
I want to get you talking about this because you can definitely like fill out a lot because I know you've done a lot of thinking about defense calculations.
Yep. But yeah, I think in this one, most of those types of attacks now still only add one defense.
Okay.
But yeah. The big thing about having a non-linear or using a linear defense system is it ruins any sense of universal scaling.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've got one character that makes 10 attacks a round, that does 100 damage each, and one that makes one attack a round that does 1,000, even though their DPS is the same, the second one is actually going to do a lot more damage against any form of defense. Because the first one is losing 10 times the amount of damage to that defense.
Mm.
The offsetting factor for that is that overkill can be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if enemies only have 150 hit points each, then there's a good chance that despite doing 10 times as much damage per hit, all of it gets wasted by the overkill. Anyway, all we have left are the brick walls, it seems.
Yep.
Because it did turn out that most of the floor is behind the boss.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. So I think we'll have to wrap up here.
Do we have to grind up for a higher level? Like, is that where we're at?
Maybe for the tree.
Yeah.
For Iku, I think it's just a matter of altering the party composition to match her specific tendencies.
So, what's that? She's got high defense.
She seems to have high defense, she has a bit of a berserk mode, it looks like. If I recall her from a previous game, she liked to throw around paralysis as well. Oh yes, she did that. That exact same technique she had from a previous one I saw her do before she went hyper. She can jack up her attack and defense.
Ah.
So we're gonna want somebody who can suppress that.
Fair enough.
There are a few ways around that. Anyway, for you in the audience, since I said this is where I wrap up, I'm just gonna... Oh, what am I even saying? Do you have any final thoughts?
Nope. Well, that tree's dumb.
A little bit. But yes, with that, and the dumb tree, I'll say if you tuned in, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.